Today is May 28th, 2025, and we're going to be covering the latest on that big, beautiful bill, Doge dividend refund checks, and where things currently stand. We've got some updates for you on that unprecedented move by the Trump administration as we're seeing this bill make its way through Congress. So let's go ahead and get you caught up on the latest so that way you can see everything that is going on. Take a look at the latest headlines with me. Elon Musk says that he is disappointed by Trump's big, beautiful bill and what it means for Doge. Now, you can see this coming out in the last 24 hours, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. That Doge dividend refund check was not included in that big, beautiful bill. Are you disappointed with the bill as well? If so, put yes. If no, put no. Now, right now, we're hearing that Congress is working away on that big, beautiful bill, and the Senate right now is making some changes. We're going to see what is included. Do you think that they will eventually pass some form of a Doge stimulus refund check? If you think so, put a 1. If you think no, put a 2. And if you think no, but they should, put a 3 in the comments. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, in addition to that, let's go ahead and take a look at this. We're going to be covering, coming out today, more on Doge stimulus checks. Will that $5,000 payment happen? You can see this coming out the 28th today, as there are still more updates. We're going to be covering that. And take a look. The White House plans at last to send some Doge cuts to the Hill. House Republicans are expecting a modest package next week amid an online pressure campaign. And you can see Trump is asking Congress to help with $9.4 billion of Doge cuts. And you can see here, in addition to that, coming out today, a judge rules suit challenging Doge and Elon Musk's power over government. It can continue. This coming out today. You can see here's another article. A judge refuses to toss out the state's lawsuit against Elon Musk and Doge. They're saying progress forward with that lawsuit against Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency. Now, as you know, as it currently stands, as of today, May 28th, 2025, this is a look at the official website here. You can see there's been $175 billion in clawbacks from the federal government. That amounts to savings per taxpayer of $1,086.96. So 20% of that roughly would equate to, I'm hearing, like a $200, $300 check per household. We will see. I will keep you up to date on all of this. But right now, as it currently stands, we do not have a Doge dividend refund check included in that big, beautiful bill, which is where we had heard that potentially it could be going. Maybe there'll be a standalone check, a standalone bill that has checks. Maybe they'll have it in another piece of legislation. We will see. But I'm seeing a lot of threes pouring in. A lot of people saying they don't think that we're going to get a check, but they think that we should get one. And we will see. I'll keep you up to date. I saw a couple of ones and a whole lot of threes. Ones are those that are saying they believe we're going to get checks. Threes are those that say, no, we're not going to get checks. I even see Penny saying, don't hold your breath, but we should get checks. And this was a huge push that was made when that big, beautiful bill was presented. Now, I'm going to get you caught up on the latest. We're going to dive right in. And as you guys know, here on the channel, I cite all the sources. So all of these are going to be hyperlinked down in this YouTube video description. So you can click them, go read them for yourself, see the sources, see the dates, and I'm going to read right from it. And if you appreciate that, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button. Just takes a second, helps out the channel a ton. Also, to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. As information pours in, I'll be sure to hop on and give you the latest updates. I know a lot of people want to know where things currently stand. And here on the channel, I just tell you the latest updates. So if there is going to be a check that comes about, I'll be the first to share it here on the channel. If there is not going to be a check, I will let you know. But as we get updates, I'll be sure to keep you up to speed on everything so that way you know exactly what is going on. And like I said, if you appreciate that, don't forget, take a second, hit that like button, subscribe to stay up to date, and I'll keep you up to speed on everything. Now, we're going to be taking a look here at Donald Trump responding to the disappointment of Elon Musk and the big, beautiful bill in just a second. But first, I just wanted to mention to you very quickly here that if you or a loved one is on Medicare, this is very important. Just the other week, the Department of Justice filed a massive fraud complaint against 3 of the largest Medicare brokers in the country. According to the DOJ, these brokers have misled seniors, claiming to offer unbiased help, but really they've been just taking the biggest kickbacks for themselves. Not the best plan for those that need it. Not the right plan, just the most profitable one for themselves, and it's infuriating, but sadly, it's not surprising. And that is why today I'm recommending for you Chapter. Chapter is different. The company that is founded, their parents, the people that founded it, were scammed, and they vowed to fix the Medicare system. They're fully independent, and they are the only national advisors that search every Medicare plan available to find the one that actually fits your needs. They advocate for you, not for the insurance companies. There's no steering, there's no pressure, just ethical, honest help at no cost to you. That's right, this is totally free. So there's no reason not to give them a call. So if you want help with your Medicare, give Chapter a call. You can see the phone number on the screen here. You're going to be able to talk to a real person. They're going to help you figure out exactly which plan is right for you. Chapter has saved the average senior that they're able to help $1,000 a year. It's a free resource for my audience. So I'm going to paste this down in the description as well, but you can see the number on the screen here, 984-375-0879. So if you're interested, go ahead and give Chapter a call. Thank you for making that available to us today. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive in, and let's start off with some video footage so you can see today Donald Trump responding to Elon Musk, saying he is disappointed with that big, beautiful bill. And again, if you haven't let me know yet in the comments, are you disappointed with the big, beautiful bill? If so, put yes. If no, put no. Let's take a look at this video footage.
Yeah.
Mr. President, Elon Musk in a television interview criticized the one big, beautiful bill, saying he was disappointed it didn't cut enough, essentially, that it undercut the Doge efforts. What's your reaction to that?
Well, the reaction's a lot of things. Number one, we have to get a lot of votes. We can't be cutting. We need to get a lot of support, and we have a lot of support. We had to get it through the House. The House was. We have no Democrats. If it's up to the Democrats, they'll take the 65% increase. If that doesn't get approved, this country is going to have a 65% increase in taxes and lots of other problems, big problems, almost bigger than that. But we'll have a 65% increase as opposed to the largest tax cut in the history of our country. We will be negotiating that bill, and I'm not happy about certain aspects of it, but I'm thrilled by other aspects of it. That's the way they go. It's very big. It's the big, beautiful bill, but the beautiful is because of all of the things we have. The biggest thing being, I would say, the level of tax cutting that we're going to be doing. We're going to make people really be able to. We'll have the lowest tax rate we've ever had in the history of our country, and tremendous amounts of benefit are going to the middle-income people of our country, low and middle-income people of our country. So we're going to see what happens, because the Senate, as you know, is negotiating with us, and they have to then go back to the House, and it's got a way to go. But I have to say, Speaker Johnson and Thune has done an incredible job. John Thune has done a fantastic job, and they're working together with me and others. And I think we have an amazing, if we pull this off, remember, we have 0 Democrat votes because they're bad people. There's something wrong with them. They'll let people pour into our country. Single biggest problem is we had 21 million people pour into our country, probably higher than that. And they're people that weren't supposed to be here. And many of those people are bad. Murderers, drug dealers, the mentally insane. They were closing mental institutions all over the world, not South America, all over the world. They're coming into our country, and we're getting them out. And we're having a hard time because some judges aren't making it very easy for us, and it's tough enough. They approved that. They allowed that to happen to our country. We don't have one Democrat vote. And if I were a Democrat, I'd be voting for this bill, and I'd get elected to any position I want as a Democrat. They're crazy. They're voting for a 65% tax increase. And they're only doing it for hatred. They're not doing it for any reason. They know it's terrible. Terrible politics, in my opinion. But so we have no Democrat votes. That means we have to get almost all Republican votes. And I think we're very close to doing that. I think it'll be very successful. Yeah.
There you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So Donald Trump responding to Elon Musk's criticism of that massive spending bill, the big, beautiful bill, to which he said, listen, I get it. I want to have certain things in there, but you got to remember that I've got to get this through Congress, and I got to get every single Republican on board. And so in order for this to happen, we couldn't get certain things. We just couldn't make it happen, push it through all the way. And he said, we literally have no Democratic votes. He said, but I'm trying to make this happen. In fact, one of the things that Donald Trump wanted to see in there that wasn't in there, that he actually ran his campaign on, was the no tax for Social Security recipients. If you receive Social Security, he said that he didn't feel like you should be taxed anymore. That would impact 40% of the people that collect Social Security. That was not included in the bill. And he said that he is also very disappointed with things, but hey, we've got to try to work together to get something done because we have no Democratic support. Let me know, do you feel for Donald Trump? Do you feel like, hey, he's trying to do his best, but he is working with, a very tight amount of numbers in Congress to pass this through the process of reconciliation? If so, and you support Trump and you feel like, hey, he's doing his best, put a 47. If you disagree, put a 46 for the previous administration. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And also, I see we're approaching 1,900 people live in the room. If you haven't done so yet and you appreciate the updates, please take a second, hit that like button, helps out the channel a ton. But let's go ahead and take a look at this. As you can see here, Elon Musk says that he is disappointed by Trump's big, beautiful bill and what it means for Doge. And of course, one of the things as well, a lot of people are saying, we're going to cover here in just a second, is that they're disappointed that there was not a Doge dividend refund check that was included in that big, beautiful bill. Now, the article says Elon Musk says that he is disappointed by the price tag of the domestic policy bill passed by Republicans in the House last week and heavily backed by President Donald Trump. The billionaire, who recently stepped back from running the Department of Government Efficiency, or Doge, made the remark during an exclusive broadcast interview with CBS Sunday morning. Now, I was disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increases the budget deficit, not just decreases it. It undermines the work of the Doge team and what we are doing, Elon Musk said. Now, Musk's comments appear to put him at odds with Mr. Trump, who has championed the massive spending package. The legislation, which still needs to pass the Senate, would extend Mr. Trump's signature 2017 tax cuts, boost border security spending, impose work requirements on Medicaid, and roll back clean energy tax credits. The tax provisions of the package, titled the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, after Mr. Trump's name for the bill, would increase the deficit by $3.8 trillion by the year 2034, according to the Congressional Budget Office, or the CBO. I think a bill can be big or it can be beautiful, Musk told CBS News. But I don't know if we can do both, my personal opinion. Now, Musk was a near constant presence in the early months of the Trump administration, with his Doge staffers sweeping through virtually every government agency to make widespread cuts, drawing concern from Democrats and even some Trump allies, as well as numerous legal challenges. Musk, who is also the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX and social media platform X, has said that he will dial back his involvement in the government. So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, this is huge because even if we did see a Doge dividend refund check, if the Doge efforts are not there and they're not able to get those clawbacks, and they are going to give out 20%, which right now that's currently not in the legislation, but even if it was, if Doge's efforts are being stifled, that stifles the potential amount of the check. It is not a set $5,000. Again, it is 20% of clawbacks. And as I shared with you earlier, right now where things currently stand, even if they pass the legislation, I mean, we're looking at maybe like a $200, $300 check. Now, this is per taxpayer. Now, it will be per household, if I remember correctly. So, I mean, it might be more than a $200 check, maybe $300 or $400, but still, that's nowhere near a $5,000 check. So, right now, the efforts of Doge are not hitting the mark to even get us to that place, even if it was legislation that was included in that bill. So we will see, but let's go ahead and take a look at this article that's going to give us an update as to where things currently stand, because I know a lot of people have been asking, hey, can you give us an update on the Doge stimulus checks? What's up with the $5,000 payments? You can see this coming out today. And like I said, as things come out, I will be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel, regardless if it does or does not happen. For those that want to know, I will be here reporting the latest updates as they come in. Now, this article says rumors of a $5,000 Doge stimulus check have exploded across social media in 2025. But is the plan real? And will any money actually arrive in your account? Here is what we know so far. Now, what is the Doge stimulus? The so-called Doge stimulus refers to a proposal from the Department of Government Efficiency, nicknamed after the internet-famous cryptocurrency, but unrelated to the Dogecoin. The proposal, backed by business leaders and tech advocates, suggests that if federal agencies cut waste by 10% across key departments, every eligible taxpayer could receive a one-time $5,000 payment. Now, just to clarify, this article is saying 10% across all departments, but they're specifically saying if they can do $2 trillion in clawbacks, that it would equate to a $5,000 check. So it is contingent upon the amount of clawbacks. The plan was publicly supported by Elon Musk in February, adding to viral interest. Now, is the Doge stimulus check real? Well, as of May 2025, there currently has not been legislation passed. The Doge stimulus remains a proposal, not an approved program. So this is something that was presented. It got a lot of traction and support from Mr. James Fishback, who proposed it, who then Elon Musk got behind it, sent it to the president. Donald Trump said, I like it. Let's send it to Congress. Congress received it. Mr. Fishback, who originated it, went to Congress and advocated for this line item to be included. And today we currently do not see it in the big, beautiful bill. Now, there is no official funding mechanism that has been identified. The savings would need to come from real federal spending cuts. And as I just shared with you, we are a long ways off from $2 trillion. Even if it passed, it does not equate to $5,000 at this present time. The Treasury has issued no payment schedule or guidance, and that is because at this present time, it is still in proposal phase and has not made it into an actual bill or legislation. Now, like I said, if that changes, if there's a standalone bill, if there's an executive order by the president or anything, I'll be sure to let you know, but this is where things currently stand as of today, May 28th, 2025. Now, the idea has sparked discussions, but it lacks bipartisan support in Congress. So what are the chances that this will happen? Analysts say that the plan faces some major hurdles. Achieving 10% of cost cuts across federal departments is unlikely without significant layoffs or service reductions. No bill has advanced past committee review in either the House or the Senate at this time. The Office of Management and Budget has not endorsed the savings projections, and while popular online, the Doge stimulus is not currently on track to become reality. Now, it also says, make sure that you avoid any scams. So here on the channel, I'll make sure that I give you the latest updates. You know exactly what's going on. Scammers are exploiting the buzz to steal your personal information. Never provide your social security or bank account information. Also, check official sources on irs.gov or state revenue departments. No applications exist for Doge payments, as none have been authorized as of yet. So please use precaution. I will let you know here on the channel what is legit, what is not at this time. It is currently in a proposal state. We will see if it comes to pass in another piece of legislation, if things change while it's in the Senate, or if there is an executive order. But right now, it is currently not included. However, that big, beautiful bill, as I mentioned, it is currently undergoing massive changes at this time. And also, Doge is going to be involved in the middle of that. As take a look, you can see White House plans at last to send some Doge cuts. And you can see here, Trump is asking Congress to help with $9.4 billion in Doge cuts. Let's take a look at this so I can give you the latest as to what is going on with that big, beautiful bill. It says the White House is planning to send a $9.4 billion rescission package to Congress next Tuesday, so next week. So this big, beautiful bill, it's still undergoing changes, giving lawmakers an opportunity to codify some of the potential cuts identified by Doge, according to an administration official. Now, here's why it matters, because the White House wants a big public fight over funding for NPR, PBS, and foreign aid. They are likely to get it. The formal transmission of a package to Congress will start a 45-day clock for lawmakers to claw back funding that has previously been appropriated. The future of NPR, PBS, and USAID and United States Agency of International Development are hanging in the balance. So this is where some of the big clawbacks could take place. We could see huge savings, which a lot of people are saying if we get those Doge dividend checks could equate to bigger checks. Trump has been clear that he wants to defund those organizations, but he may need Republicans in Congress to supply the votes to cut off their money supply. Now, the proposed cuts would trim $1.1 billion from the corporations of public broadcasting and $8.3 billion in foreign assistance from both USAID and the African Development Foundation. NPR and PBS receive the bulk of their funding from non-government resources, but Corporations for Public Broadcasting allocates about $535 million in federal funding annually to them. The Office of Management and Budget has identified foreign aid grants that it's convinced will bolster its case for cutting funding for USAID and the president's emergency plan for AIDS relief. Officials will identify grants like $882,000 for social media mentorship in Serbia and Belarus, or $1 million for voter ID in Haiti to make their case against USAID, according to the administration officials. And this is what a lot of people are saying as well. Things like this that we're wasting our taxpayer dollars on, they're saying that we're using, that we can claw back and cut back. This is not necessary. Let me know if you agree in the comments that we should not be sending out $1 million for social media mentorship in Serbia and Belarus, or $1 million for voter ID in Haiti. If you agree, we don't need these things. These should be cut, and this is not a good use of taxpayer dollars. Put yes in the comments. If you think no, we need to support these various different items, put no in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Now, on May 1st, Trump signed an executive order to end taxpayers' subsidization of biased media, which directed the CPB to end its funding for NPR and PBS, the country's two biggest public broadcasters. So we're hearing that these are underway. Right now, there are tons of things that are taking place for this bill, Doge clawbacks, and trying to use government's money in a way that is going to primarily be focusing on helping the taxpayers, not frivolous spending. I'm seeing the yeses pouring in the comments right now. A lot of people agree that this needs to be cleaned up, and that is exactly what is taking place right now. Now, in addition to that, judge rules suit challenging Doge and Elon Musk's power over the government can continue. So right now, as you know, there is a lawsuit against Doge, and they're saying potentially overextending the power. Now, if you support Donald Trump and Doge dividend refund checks, put a 47 in the comments. If not, drop a 46 for the previous administration. But let's take a look at where things currently stand, because this is huge. Because if Doge dividend refund checks do come to fruition, if there is legislation that ends up coming about, things do go the direction of some form of Trump stimulus Doge dividend refund checks, it's going to be contingent upon the amount of clawbacks that take place. So if Doge is hindered from being able to do its job, to do what it was asked to do, it will stifle the ability of those checks to come to fruition. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now, this came out today. This is breaking news. A judge refuses to toss states' lawsuits against Elon Musk and Doge. Now it says, a federal judge has refused to throw out a lawsuit that accuses billionaire Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency of illegally accessing government data systems, canceling government contracts, and firing federal employees. U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan ruled Tuesday that 14 states, they can proceed with their claims against Musk and the Doge. The states, through their attorneys general, sued in February over the defendants' alleged constitutional violations. The state had asked Chutkan to temporarily block Doge from accessing any data systems or terminating any federal employees, but the judge denied that request on February 18th. She found that there were legitimate questions about Musk's authority, but said that there weren't grounds to justify a temporary restraining order. Now, Chutkan agreed yesterday, to dismiss President Donald Trump as a defendant in that lawsuit, but she refused to dismiss the claims against Musk and Doge. Now, the plaintiff's attorneys argued that Musk's actions, including those carried out at his direction by Doge personnel, are unconstitutional because he hadn't been legally appointed. Now, Chutkan wrote, the Constitution does not permit the executive The executive to commandeer the entire appointment's power by unilaterally creating a federal agency pursuant to executive order and insulating its principal officer from the constituents as an advisor in name only. This is precisely what plaintiffs claims that the executive has done. Now, the Trump administration has maintained that layoffs are coming from agency heads and insists that Musk hasn't been running Doge's day-to-day operations. Chutkan, who was nominated to the bench by President Barack Obama, previously oversaw the now-dismissed criminal election interference case against Trump in Washington. So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts. We're hearing that they are saying that they're still going after Elon Musk and Doge. Now, they have not done a restraining order. They're still allowing them the ability to continue on with their efforts. However, at this time, we're hearing that there is some legal battles that are taking place. And like I said, this is huge because if Doge dividend refund checks were even to be presented as a bill and accepted, well, those checks won't equate to much if Doge is not allowed to move forward in its clawbacks and in its findings. And right now we're hearing that there are battles underway, legal battles, trying to stop them from proceeding. Now, as I mentioned, at this time, you can see there's an estimated $175 billion from the Department of Government Efficiency's official website, and that equates to $1,086.96 of savings per taxpayer, which I don't remember the exact amount, but based off of this, that would be 20% would be $200, but that's per taxpayer, and I believe it's per household. So I want to say that it's somewhere around a $200 to $400 check if it were approved today with the current savings. However, we will see if that savings amount goes up, if we even get to a place where there's going to be legislation that is approved. But right now, let me know your thoughts. Do you think that we are going to see a Doge dividend refund check? Even though we've heard that there are so many that support it, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Mr. James Fishback, members of Congress, it has not been presented yet in a bill. Do you think that it will be and we will get checks? If so, put a 1. If no, put a 2. And if you think no, but they should, put a 3. Let me know your comments, your thoughts in the comments. And also do me a favor, while you drop those 1s, 2s, or 3s, don't forget, take a second. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like button. I appreciate it. Just helps spread this out further so more people can get the latest updates. Like I said, the breaking news update coming out today regarding the judge's decision on Doge, and also where things stand with the changing Big Beautiful Bill and the various different line items that are included. Now, as more comes out on the legislation, I'll be sure to let you know here on the channel so you know exactly what is going on. And in addition to that, again, thank you to today's video sponsor, Chapter. As you can see here from the Office of Public Affairs, this coming out May 1st, the United States files False Claims Act complaints against 3 national health insurance companies and the 3 brokers alleging unlawful kickbacks and discrimination against disabled Americans. So if you're somebody that feels like you've been getting ripped off on your Medicare, chances are you're right. Go with your gut. Your gut is usually pretty good, and you might want to give Chapter a call. You can see it on the screen here, their number. It's totally free to give them a call, so there's no reason not to. They'll let you know if your program that you are currently working with is the best, or if there's another plan that is going to be better for you. And on average, those, when they find a better plan, they save you $1,000 a year. So totally free to call in. You'll speak to a real person. No reason not to. Just find out what you got going on that is the best for you. So that is the latest, though. As more comes out, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, you guys. God bless. This is Steve.